in so highly recruited but underweight. You've had to add weight and wait your turn. You thought it was last year, now it's this year. Just that ability to keep going, man, and keep stepping.
Yeah.
I know your dad helps you, but kind of tell us about that process.
Yeah, just exactly like you said, just kind of got to wait it out and put in the work while you're waiting, and that's what I did. And I gained the weight, I learned the playbook and everything. And like you said, last year was anticipating a big year, but obviously had the injury, a little setback. But I'm just happy to be able to come out this year and pick up where we left off. And it's just exciting to finally be able to step in that role. And I'm really embracing it.
What did you learn about yourself when you think it's going to be a big year and you have another setback? Did you learn anything?
I learned just resiliency and just to keep fighting even when things don't go your way. That's how life is. You're going to take some hits in life, and you're just going to have to stand back up and keep fighting. And that's what I did. It paid off. The season ended great, and ultimately I was able to come back and played pretty well. And it just is exciting to be able to learn how strong you are when you face challenges like that.
You'd like to change your body a little bit?
Yeah, I've gained some weight.
Upper body mainly,
or? All over. Just from power to explosiveness. It starts from the base. I worked on my core. Your core strength is very important. So, just all over.
Can you talk about the outside linebackers, Terrell Lewis, Anthony Jennings? I mean, it's a good group.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of experience. We've got 4 guys that have seen starts. Like you said, I mean, it's a really good group. We got height, length, speed, power. So I think what we want to do as outside linebackers, we want to be the focus point of the defense and embrace being leaders and just kind of affect the other guys as much as we can. And that's what we plan to do this spring.
Is it different for you to see all the new faces out there coaching-wise?
You kind of get used to it. It's kind of part of it. We've kind of had coaches come and go, at least since I've been here. So, definitely is a good bit of them new faces, but they're all really good coaches. We really have embraced them. They've embraced us, and they really enjoy their jobs, and they bring a lot of energy and passion. So, I think we're clicking very well, and we're excited to see where this team can go.
You were playing center last year. Obviously, ended up at guard.
I think it's 2 years ago.
2 years ago. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then, but you played both.
Right.
There's talk about guys bouncing around. Everybody looks at it as a disadvantage, but what's the advantage of that?
Of
playing multiple positions or having played multiple positions.
Right. I think it's an advantage. I mean, we look at last year where you look at some of the things where I got hurt and having JC being able to bump over. I mean, stuff like that where if we didn't have guys like that, who knows what would have happened. So, I think that's definitely a positive, and so that's kind of what the spring's for, is just having guys try different positions and being able to be versatile. And I think even, if you look at guys at the next level, I mean, NFL, they only really carry 7, 8 guys on the team, so obviously other guys are going to have to be able to play multiple positions. So I think, NFL teams see that, and it hopefully, adds value to that if you're playing well at multiple positions. So.
When a quarterback gets a thumb injury at spring, does that I know it's spring ball, but he's already proved in the game. Does that affect competition or?
I mean, I wouldn't think so. I mean, that's something more for Coach Saban with the competition deal and depth chart and stuff like that. But I'm sure I don't know his timetable on anything, to be honest. So just see what he can do and get healthy hopefully as soon as possible. And I'm sure he's dying to be out there whenever he's going to come back. So he'll be ready to go. And like you said, it's spring, so just learn the playbook still and do that stuff. So yeah.
I was curious about how some of the younger guys have looked now stepping into year 2, guys like Alex Otherwood, Jedrick Wills. What have you seen from those guys now entering year 2?
I think just kind of getting the grasp of technique. I mean, I remember my first spring was kind of really when I honed in and really kind of fully understood the playbook, because they just slow everything down for us so much, and it's like we don't have to game plan for a team coming up. So it's really just focusing on what we have to do. So I think this spring will be really big for them. They've gotten better, since the time they've been here, obviously a lot better. and they're going to be good players. They are good players right now, so they're going to have to help us this year.
Also, what about the relationship between you and Jonah? You guys have a lot of camaraderie, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, Jonah's a great guy. Me and him, just joke around a bunch, and we were always hanging out and outside of football too. So, great guy to be around. Played next to him last year, which was a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm just excited to be back with him and have another year. So my last one and last go around.
Well, Coach Saban does a good job of getting us back in shape pretty quickly. But at the end of the day, you got to come in ready to work. And one thing that Coach Saban always says, you don't inherit success. So whatever we did last season or 2 years ago for guys that have been here for a while, doesn't really matter. And the fact that we won a national championship last year just puts a bigger target on our back for this year. So we know that we have a lot of new challenges and things that are going to come our way this upcoming season. So that's what we're focused on.
As you look back when you were recruited, to me, this is an outsider looking in, when they identify guys to fit in here that do well, like yourself, it's a certain kind of guy that has that mindset you're talking about. Is that accurate in your opinion? Is that not, as you see guys do well, not do well?
I would say it's pretty accurate. This place isn't for everybody. And I think that's pretty known across the board. But, you got to have that mindset coming in or else you're going to struggle. You have to have the mindset of being ready to come in, being ready to work, taking criticism, all the things that Coach Saban talks about day in and day out. You have to be able to handle those things on a daily basis. The responsibilities that you have being a student athlete here is tough. So there's a lot of things that both on and off the field that are challenging. So you just have to come in with that mindset, kind of like you talked about. And if you don't have it, it's going to be a tough adjustment.
A lot of people were surprised you came back, but I always viewed you guys as a guy that enjoys college and everything besides working on your game for the next level.
Right.
Kind of go into the decision you had on that. What went into it?
There's a lot of things. I could give you a list of pros and cons for both leaving and staying, but like you said, I do enjoy being in school, but I just want to be a part of this team for another year. And I've considered myself very blessed to be coached by Coach Saban and all the guys that have been a part of the staff, and even the new guys that are coming in. Just being a part of this program is something that I consider to be very blessed with. So looking at whether I could leave or come back another year to be a part of this process for one more year that I feel like makes me a better person. I obviously thought that was better for me and my family, and hopefully the draft will be there later, but at the end of the day I just wanted to come back and be a part of this program for another year.
Don't take anything for granted. It's kind of one of those injuries that make you kind of cherish the game more. As far as like practice, you want to be your best every day in practice. Every time you step on the field, you want to show that you belong out there. So it really kind of humbled you, made you don't think ahead of time, basically.
Does it make you mentally stronger? Because there's days I'm sure doing rehab and only one or two guys are around and the team's doing something else, and you kind of feel like an outsider a little bit maybe.
Yeah, last year it was a lot of times where I'll be working out and stuff like that, and I'll see them practice, and I'm like, man, I got to get back out there. Like, I got to hurry up and get back out there. Like, it feels like you're isolated, so it's kind of like it's your time to really cope with yourself and kind of get to know yourself more and know what you want. So it definitely got me mentally stronger.
What do you see from teammates like Anthony Jennings and Christian Miller about their game?
Well, those guys, they definitely helped. As far as when I came in as a young guy, they definitely helped me develop. As far as Anthony, I love his mentality as a football player. You know what I'm saying? He's a very physical guy, you know what I'm saying, run stopper, and he can pass rush. He's got quick twitch, so he's a great athlete. And a lot of people don't know his mentality about how he goes about the game. I love the way he plays. And he kind of inspired me to like play harder and stuff like that. And Christian, he's always been a guy that helped me learn to play, stuff like that. And he knows the defense so well. He can, you know what I'm saying, he just does it so smoothly. So both of them, they kind of helped me out a lot.
What can we expect from this D? You think a lot of turnover and everything, new guys coming in the secondary? I know they're not here yet, but what do you think?
I feel like we expect a real fast defense, athletic defense, and I feel like we have a defense that can really fly to the ball and create a lot of turnovers with the guys we have. We got a lot of playmakers on the field and a lot of guys that really have a name for themselves, but are really hungry to make a name for themselves, honestly.
Is it kind of cool your position guy is the coordinator now? Is that
Yeah, it's different, but I mean it's also real comfortable knowing that okay, he's the signal caller now. We know what he's, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that he likes to call. You know what I'm saying? It's just getting used to him being the D coordinator and knowing that he's right in our room and we can ask our D coordinator questions at will.
What is your guys' relationship like, you and Tosh?
Oh, Tosh is like he's like an uncle to me. He real cool with my family and stuff like that. He recruited me, so just seeing him be the defensive coordinator, my mom was excited. It was crazy. It was a lot of excitement.
I mean, a lot of intensity from him every single day.
Yeah, sometimes he get too excited though. He'll call some stuff way off the wall. So we went through a meeting. He kind of making different signals now just because he might make up a signal out of nowhere. So it's funny just dealing with him on the field. I remember his first day he was doing defensive coordinator stuff while Pruitt was away. He was kind of like, bear with me, you guys, like help me help you, kind of, because he was real excited. So it was just different feeling his energy as a D coordinator.